Today's story has a very, very small role by Mr. Scott. But I wanted to bring him out because he doesn't get much action on my screens here. So I have a new story for you. It's about some Romulans, and here goes. Captain's Log, Supplemental. Kirk and the bridge crew picked themselves up off the floor after a torpedo strike sent them flying off their chairs and over the railing. The origin of the blast was now evident, as a Romulan Bird of Prey was now on the main bridge screen. Then the image on the screen changed to that of the captain of the alien craft, who was strangely familiar yet unworldly. It was Albert Einstein, with Romulan ears and eyebrows. "Surrender, Captain Kirk, or die," Captain Einstein said in a low, menacing German-English tone. Scotty spoke up. "We can't take much more of this. Our shields are down 50%. "All shields forward," Kirk barked. "There's another bird of prey directly behind us," Sulu said, looking at his monitor. Kirk took a deep breath and tried to formulate a plan. First, he needed to know why Albert Einstein was on his screen resembling a Romulan captain. "Who are you?" Kirk asked, delaying another strike. "You don't recognize me?" Einstein asked. "In my own time, I was very well known. You don't study history?" "I know who you look like," Kirk replied, "but the Einstein of my past did not have Romulan ears or brows. Your eyes give you away, as well as your hair, which begs the question, why do you want me to surrender?" "You have crossed into the neutral zone and have committed an act of war," Einstein replied with a scowl. Spock spoke up and said, "We have not crossed into the neutral zone. We aren't within 5 light years of the border. I believe you are mistaken." "A Vulcan?" Einstein asked, knowing the answer. "Don't let your logic get in the way. We've moved the border." "The treaty shows otherwise," Spock replied. "I have no new information that the treaty has been modified." "I'm telling you now," Einstein said with a grin and a twinkle in his eye. "Now surrender or die." Kirk stepped closer to the view screen and said, "We need to contact Starfleet and confirm what you are saying. If we have indeed trespassed into Romulan territory, we apologize. But until we receive confirmation, we will not surrender." Captain Einstein turned to the Romulan off-screen and spoke. The sound was muted, but Spock was able to read lips and understand the conversation. Einstein turned back to the screen and said, "You and the Vulcan, transport to my ship, and I will delay your destruction." "Depends on how our meeting goes," Einstein stated in a dismissive tone. "I make no guarantees." "And my crew?" Spock replied, "He intends on killing the crew. I read his lips, and the computer will confirm what I say." Kirk asked the computer to interpret the muted conversation between Captain Einstein and his off-screen crew member. The computer read back the conversation and confirmed Spock's analysis. Kirk knew the Romulan ship's shields were too strong for a photon torpedo barrage or laser attack, and his back was against the wall. "Before we go any further," Kirk said, "can you explain how a hybrid Professor Einstein Romulan captain appears on my screen in the first place?" "The report of my death was greatly exaggerated," Einstein replied. "My Romulan family extracted me from Earth, modified me, and extended my life by many factors. Now lower your shields so we can transport." "If I lower my shields, you will destroy us," Kirk replied. "We will destroy you either way." "Maybe, but I won't let you fool me into committing suicide," Kirk snapped back. "How are the shields, Scotty?" Kirk asked aloud. 100%, Scotty replied, trying to hide a lie. He had around 80% and knew it would take a few hours to get back to full strength. Captain Einstein looked off screen for a moment and went back to Kirk. "Your engineer is a poor liar," Einstein said flatly, "but you do have enough to keep us at bay." "Stalemate," Kirk said. "Yes. For now," Einstein said. "I will soon find a way to destroy you." "Why are you so determined to destroy us in the first place? We are well within our space, and you are committing an act of war. Starfleet will be notified of your attack soon, and you won't be able to hide. Your cloaking device will not help you if you destroy us." In a flash, Kirk, Spock, and Scotty transported to the surface of an unknown alien planet, along with Einstein and 2 of his crew. The air was cool, yet the sun was high overhead, inside what resembled a Roman Colosseum. "What did you do?" Einstein asked. "Where are we?" "I have no idea," Kirk replied as he scanned the rows of empty seats. A figure resolved between the starship crew and the Romulans, tall, thin, with a regal appearance, holding his hands open to appear non-threatening. "You are not in danger." As of now, the being conveyed, without a mouth. The sound filled the air, but there was no origin. "If you attempt to leave or attack, your lives will end. Stay calm as we explain why you have been brought here." "Telling someone to stay calm never works," Scotty snapped. "Listen to them," Spock said as calmly as he could. "He holds all the cards, as your proverb states." "I'd take him in a game of poker any day," Scotty snapped back. "I'm pretty good if you ask me." "As am I," Einstein replied. "I am a certified genius." That is my entire story. I hope you enjoyed it. I think Scotty enjoyed it. He had a few lines here and there. If you like what I do, subscribe. I have about half a dozen of these now. I'm going to make a bunch more. I'm not going to hire a bunch of actors and build a set. All I'm going to do is write my stories and read them to you. I hope that's good enough, because that's all I can do. I can't afford to go out and do anything more. So please like, ring the bell, subscribe, and do all that fun stuff. And thanks for listening.